to hide.
I find that very hard to believe. Proctor Quinlan completed the decryption of the data you retrieved from the Institute. A portion of his findings included,
Right.
After careful analysis of the information, we've discovered something unprecedented. Paladin Dance is a perfect match for one of the synths on that list.
That's impossible.
I'm afraid not. The evidence is quite damning. The data you brought back included a record of each subject's DNA. We keep the same information on file for all of our soldiers. Paladin Dance's DNA is a perfect match for a synth they called M797. To make matters worse, he's gone AWOL. Disappeared without a trace. His sudden absence simply reinforces our conclusion that M797 and Paladin Dance are one and the same. I'm finding it difficult to believe that he never confided in you, and then swore you to secrecy.
You have to believe me. He never told me he was a synth.
Apparently, I've misjudged you, which means I've decided to take you at your word. However, that doesn't absolve you of your duty. Dance is a synth. He represents everything we hate, a monstrosity of technology. Our mission in the Commonwealth is clear. The Institute and its creations need to be destroyed in order to preserve our future. Which leaves me facing the most difficult order I've ever given. I'm ordering you to hunt down Dance and execute him.
Isn't there some other way?
Absolutely not. My decision is final. Listen, I'm not blind to the fact that Dance was your mentor, and this isn't an easy burden to bear. But if we're to remain strong, we can't afford to make exceptions. Even when it means executing one of our own. Find Proctor Quinlan. He's been analyzing the data and should be able to provide you with a starting point. And Knight, there's a promotion for you riding on the results of these orders. So don't disappoint me. You're dismissed.
Whole plating and...
Attention. This is a notice to all personnel. Please think of your brothers and sisters down
Knight.
below.
I was told you were coming.
Thoroughly secure
Sorry about
all
this
gear
business
while
with
on the flight
Dance.
deck. Thank you.
What do you know about this situation?
While I was decrypting all of the data you acquired from within the Institute, I came across a list. It appears that the Institute keeps exemplary records where their synths are concerned, including logging those that were reported missing. As I was perusing this list, I came across an image of Dance under the heading M790. A quick DNA comparison with our own records told I'm certain this
He'll be missed.
Doubtful. I wouldn't miss a synth any sooner than I'd miss a transistor radio. I was merely sorry that you'd been duped. No matter. I've been poring over Dance's duty. As you're well aware, Dance had, I think, our bet. You may want to get...
What the hell is this crap?
I assume your outburst was a reference to some doubt regarding Dance's identity. I can assure you that my findings are quite accurate, Scribe.
So he sets Dance up, and then you knock him down. Is that it?
How did you hear about it?
There are no secrets in the Brotherhood. Maxon's made it clear that we're to locate Paladin Dance, and if we find him, report his location to you. That can only mean you've been sent to hunt him down.
I don't have time to discuss it.
Why? I can't believe that. There's obviously been a mistake.
Scribe Halen, you're addressing a senior... Now, unless you're here with information that can assist...
Of course. My apologies, Proctor. I believe I have some information that's relevant to the search.
Very well then. Would you care to enlighten us? Or do we have to wait until you decide to grace us with your knowledge?
Knight, if you'd accompany me to the flight deck. I've stored the data on my vertebrate...
I'll take anything that can...
Yes, sir. If you'll follow me, sir.
Well, if it isn't the man...
Scribe Halen.
This way.
Halen?
This way. Do you actually plan on killing Paladin Dance?
That's a risky question.
I know it is.
Sure.
I've known Paladin Dance ever since I was an initiate. He trained me, showed me the ropes, and when I screwed up, he taught me to dust myself off and move on. He's earned my admiration, my respect, and my friendship. I don't care what Quinlan's report says. I don't care if he's a machine or not. He's still Dance.
Why are you telling me all of this?
Because someone has to before you rush off and carry out Maxon's orders without thinking about what you're doing. Dance is the most selfless person I've ever met. I've watched him risk his own life based on nothing more than principle alone. That's why I'm asking you. Not just as a member of the Brotherhood, but as a human being. Give him a chance. Let him tell his side of the story. If you're not convinced by what he says, or somehow he's become truly lost to us, then you do what you have to do.
All right, I'll hear him out.
That's all that I ask. I'll just have to trust that when the time comes, you'll do the right thing. Before the Pribwin showed up, Dance had me identify a fallback point if we ever lost the police station. It was Listening Post Bravo, an old pre-war US military outpost on the northern frontier of the Commonwealth. It's isolated, and we're the only ones that knew about it. So, there's a good chance that's where he's headed. Just be careful. There's no telling what state of mind he's in right now, or if he trusts any of us at all.
Delta sequence initiated. Completion time 14 minutes.
Balonet Alpha at 93%. Compensating.
Going down. Unidentified target identified. Beginning search.
I have a feeling we shouldn't be here. I'm not surprised Maxon sent you. He never liked to do the dirty work himself.
I wish you would have told me the truth, Dance.
I might have, if I'd known what I was. Until Quinlan got that list decoded, I thought synths were the enemy. I never expected to hear that I was one of them. If it wasn't for Halen, we wouldn't even be having this conversation. So, what are your orders? Does Maxon even want me alive?
No. But I'm hoping there's a way out.
Don't be ridiculous. Look, I'm not blind to the fact that we're good friends, and this must be very difficult for you. I wish Maxon had sent someone else, but that doesn't change a thing. I'm a synth, which means I need to be destroyed. If you disobey your orders, you're not only betraying Maxon, you're betraying the Brotherhood of Steel and everything it stands for. Synths can't be trusted. Machines were never meant to make their own decisions. They need to be controlled. Technology that's run amok is what brought the entire world to its knees, and humanity to the brink of extinction. I need to be the example, not the exception.
The empathy that you're showing me, it's a human emotion.
I appreciate what you're trying to do, but I've made my decision. I'm ready to accept the consequences of my true identity. Maxon's ordered you to execute me, and I'll be damned if I'm going to stand in your way.
No. I won't do it, Dance.
I can't believe you'd risk your life just to keep me alive. Why would you do that for me?
I've already lost my family. I don't want to lose my friend.
You're right. How could I have been so blind? I should consider how my death might affect the people that care about me. People like you and Halen. Perhaps now that you've opened my eyes, I can consider my next move.
Whatever you decide to do, I've got your back.
Thank you, my friend. But I have my own path to follow. The only clear choice is for me to leave the Commonwealth. The sooner I make for the border, the sooner I put this behind me. Take my holotags. Use them to prove that your mission was a success. Now, come on.
Going up. Ground floor.
How dare you betray the Brotherhood?
It's not his fault. It's mine.
I'll deal with you in a moment. Knight, why has this thing not been destroyed?
He's still alive.
Him! Dance isn't a man. It's a machine. An automaton created by the Institute. It wasn't born from the womb of a loving mother. It was grown within the cold confines of a laboratory. Flesh is flesh. Machine is machine. The two were never meant to intertwine. By attempting to play God, the Institute has taken the sanctity of human life.
After all I've done for the Brotherhood, all the blood I've...
You're the physical embodiment of what we... Look around you, Dance. Millions, perhaps even billions, died because science outpaced man's restraint. They called it... Can't you see the same... You're a single bomb in an arsenal...
Dance wants to save me.
You're as delusional. How can you trust the word of a machine that's had its mind erased? Those ethics that it's striving to champion aren't even...
It's true. I was built within the confines of a laboratory, and some of my memories aren't my own. But when I saw my brothers dying at my feet, I felt sorrow. When I defeated an enemy of the Brotherhood, I felt pride. And when I heard your speech about saving the Commonwealth, I felt hope. Don't you understand? I thought I was human, Arthur. From the moment I was taken in by the Brotherhood, I've done absolutely nothing to betray your trust, and I never will.
It's too late for that now. The Institute has foolishly chosen to grant you life. You simply should not exist. I don't intend to debate this any longer. My orders stand.
It's all right. We did our best. You convinced me that I was wrong to be ashamed of my true identity, and I thank you for it. Whatever you decide, know that I'm going to my grave with no anger and no regrets.
Touching. Either you execute Dance, or I will, Knight. The choice is yours.
After all the sacrifices I've made, and all the battles I've fought for the Brotherhood, you need to listen to me. You owe me that much.
Very well. I'm listening.
Whether he's human or not, Dan saved the lives of countless Brotherhood soldiers. Now it's time you saved his.
You're a stubborn man. So, it appears we've arrived at an impasse. Allowing Dance to live undermines everything the Brotherhood stands for. Yet you insist that he remains alive, which leaves me with only a single alternative. Dance, as far as I'm concerned, you're dead. You were pursued and slain by this Brotherhood Knight, and your remains were incinerated. From this day forward, you are forbidden to set foot on the Pridwin, or speak to anyone from the Brotherhood of Steel. Should you choose to ignore me, know you'll be fired upon immediately. Do we understand each other?
I do. Thank you for believing in me, Arthur.
Don't mistake my mercy for acceptance. The only reason you're still alive is because of him. I'm returning to the Pridwin, Knight. Take some time. Say your goodbyes. And then I expect to see you there. We still have the Institute to deal with.
Hey.
It took a hell of a lot of guts to stand up to Maxon like that.
At least we know he isn't chasing you anymore. If you stay here, you should be safe.
That's an excellent suggestion. I didn't plan on spending the rest of my days at this old listening post, but it will have to do. Besides, you're still gonna need my help, and I'll be damned if I'm gonna let you wander the Commonwealth alone. Now, you better get back to the Pridwin. In the meantime, I'll start making this bunker more livable. If you ever need me, I'll be right here.
What about Halen?
I don't think Maxon knew she was... I'll contact her and let her...
Are you gonna have a problem killing synths?
I might physically be a synth. The Institute, I promise you, I won't hesitate.
Can't you come with me now?
You heard what Maxon said. If I'm seen aboard the Pridwin, at the police station, or...
Sure.
But if you need me to take the fight...
Goodbye, Dance.
Farewell. I hope the next time... You're making the Brotherhood proud. You're one hell of a soldier.
Fortunately, it won't affect my electronics.
Is what has befallen the Commonwealth atypical? Less extreme? No?
Come on, boy. It's time to go.
Traveling with you is proving to be quite uplifting.
Just go away. Haven't you done enough to torment me already?
Betrayal night. Reporting is ordered, Elder.
Before we continue, I want to make one thing clear. This conversation will be the last time we speak about Dance. As far as the Brotherhood of Steel is concerned, he's dead. Do you understand?
Of course.
Perhaps there's hope for you. Of course. Dance's execution, that traitor, held quite an important position with us. I'm certain his quarters and all his possessions are now yours, including his personal suit of power armor. Congratulations, Paladin.
I'm honored, Elder.
You've earned it by your own. Just be aware that a Brotherhood Paladin, I trust you won't disappoint them.
Sure.
In any event, we still have the Institute to... While the finishing touches are being put onto Liberty Prime, report to him immediately for your next assignment. Ad Victoriam, Paladin.
Attention. Any personnel who have not completed their annual medical evaluation should report to Knight Captain Cade immediately to schedule an examination. That is all. Attention. Bravo 6-4, report to Armor Bay 2. Bravo 6-4 to Armor Bay 2.
Your promotion was well-deserved, Paladin. If you're looking for ammunition or weapon mods, Proctor Tegan might have what you need.
That farm's nothing you can't handle.
Set me up.
Got some choice weapons that just came in.
Oh, God. Mole rat on a stick is a real bad.
Ah, Paladin. Good. Now that the unfortunate matter regarding...
I'm ready, Captain.
Good, because this... Now, before we launch our attack, they're a small but capable group that uses subterfuge and guerrilla tactics to harass their enemies. Our tactical analysis says they could possibly hamper or harm our operation. If we strike them now, we should...
Why is the railroad...
Even with their relatively small numbers, they've already proven to be resilient.
Sure.
Worse still, if we intend to end the synth men, destroying the railroad hinges on... To that end, here's a list of the 5 targets.
Uh-huh. Do they all have to die?
Absolutely.
Uh-huh.
Now, before you depart...
Our sources tell us that the railroad has some sort of... They're calling it the predictive... They use the robot for complex... If you could use this holotech, I'm certain we could put Pam...
Collecting technology...
I'm certain the Paladin appreciates that the acquisition of technology. When you're ready, they'll provide demolition support and all... Ad Victoriam, Paladin.
If you're no good at hacking Pam's systems, you should take... someone with you who can.
If you find any technical documents, you should bring them to Proctor Quinlan for an analysis.
Let's do this.
Come here! Let me end your suffering!
Help me! I'm blind!
Take us down! Need help here! Time.
A lot of blood.
You bastards won't take us down. What?
Over here!
Going weapons cold.
Who's there?
They can't
Let's
hide
do
from
this.
us.
I need some help!
Detonation pack, secured and ready, sir.
Something's out there.
Get up!
Huh?
It's only a matter of time!
You think that is not... now.
Keep him off me!
Sam... I'm coming home.
The railroad will never die.
Pam.
Security lockdown is in effect. Communication impossible. Ready for programming instructions. Recommend interface. Type RJ11G.
Cover me!